Because I was even looking old.
Nenga ate nkyali muwala muto.
Yet I'm still a young girl.
Olw'embeera gye nali mpitamu.
Due to the bad situation I was going through.
Natuuka mu kifo kino.
I reached this place.
N'ensomesebwa.
I was taught.
Ne neezuula.
And discovered myself.
Nga nalina obusungu.
That I had anger.
Era bwe twayingira mu church wano.
And when we entered church here.
Nasonyiwa.
I forgave.
Kuba nakitegeera.
Because I realized.
Obusungu.
That anger.
Bwali bwansiba nnyo.
Had bound me a lot.
N'ensalawo okusonyiwa.
I decided to forgive.
Mu butuufu bwe nasonyiwa.
Indeed, when I forgave.
Mu kaseera ako nawulira omutima gwange gutoolokose.
At that very moment I felt a relief in my heart.
Era omusajja wa Katonda n'ansabira.
And the man of God prayed for me.
N'ampa obunabbi.
He gave me a prophecy.
Bunabbi nabukakasa.
Bwali butya?
Yaŋŋamba nti mu buto bwange.
The man of God told me that in my childhood.
Nga nkyali mu high school.
When I was still in high school.
Nina omuwala nanfuka. Gwe eyabba popcorns zange ne munyiigira.
There is a girl who stole my popcorns and I was angry at her.
Kituufu oyo omuwala byaliwo.
It's true all that really happened.
Yali mu high school.
It happened way back in high school.
2013.
In 2013.
Obutuufu nakakasa obunabbi obwo.
Indeed, I confirmed that prophecy true.
N'amala n'aŋŋamba obunabbi obulala.
The man of God gave me another prophecy.
N'aŋŋamba waliwo omuvubuka gwe nasinkana ku high school.
He told me there is a boy I met in my high school.
By then nali senior 6.
By then I was in S6.
Muvubuka oyo namwagalako.
I once loved that boy.
Nentuuka ku university.
Then I reached the university.
Muvubuka ne mukyawa.
I chucked that boy.
Oluvannyuma lw'omusanga ng'alina omuwala omulala gwe yali ayagala.
After finding her with another girl he loved.
Muvubuka oyo n'abaako bye yankola.
Then that boy did something wrong to me.
Era omusajja wa Katonda n'ayongera n'ansabira.
The man of God went ahead and prayed for me.
Ng'omwami wange gwe nnina ali current yali yafunako omukyala.
When the current husband I had gotten a wife before.
Mukyala oyo naye n'abaako bye yankola. Mukyala oyo n'ansiba n'abaana.
And then that woman bound my uterus.
N'andoga.
She bewitched me.
Mbeera mu bufumbo n'omwami wange omwaka gumu emyaka 2 n'emyezi nga 9.
Then I stayed in marriage with my husband for almost 2 years and 4 months.
Nenga sisobola funa lubuto.
But I had failed to conceive.
Ate ng'oli omuwala nali simumanyi.
And yet I didn't know the other girl.
Mbeera awo ebintu binfumita mu private parts zange.
I would always get an attack of feeling piercing sensations in my private parts.
Ndoota agabi.
I would always get bad dreams.
Ndoota nnyosa abaana.
I would dream breastfeeding babies.
Ndoota ngwa mazzi.
I would dream falling in water.
Ebintu bwe binfumita bleedinga nnyo era nga bantwala mu ddwaliro omusaayi olumugunzi gwamu bwe ntyo.
And whenever I would feel those piercing sensations, I would bleed a lot. Sometimes they would take me to hospital. I would get so anemic. I would be put on blood transfusion.
Naye omusajja wa Katonda we yansabira.
But when the man of God prayed for me,
ebintu byayogera gye byali biva ebyandiko.
All those demons confessed where they had come from.
By then saategeera biki.
But I did not know what was going on.
Naye story omwami wange aginnyumiza ebibaddewo.
But my husband told me everything that had happened.
Mu butuufu omusajja wa Katonda bwe yamala okunsabira.
Indeed, after the man of God prayed for me,
n'aŋŋamba obuzibu buweddewo.
He told me your problem is over.
N'aŋŋamba ebibadde bikozesa bigenze.
He told me the spirits that have been sleeping with you have gone.
N'aŋŋamba by 9th October next year.
Then he told me by 9th October next year,
ojja kuba olina omwana.
You'll be a mother with a child.
Kuba nali nnoonyeza omwana ebbanga ddene.
Because I had sought for a child for so long.
Omwaka gumu n'emyezi 9 nga njagala omwana.
For 1 year and 9 months looking for a child.
Nga nze ngamba bwe naazaala omwana nja kuba nfunye baganda bange, mikwano gyange, baana bange kuba nze banzaala omu.
Claiming that when I produce my children, I will have got my friends, my siblings, my everything because I was born alone.
Ng'ate maama ne ku sayidi ya taata yali teyandagaayo ng'ate mu taata yanzaalamu omu nga mu nsi ndi mu bwogu. Ate nga ne mama wange yatambula n'akola ebibye n'andeka ewa jjajja kati nga nnoonya abaana bange babeere eŋŋanda zange.
Generally, I had no family because I was born alone by my mother, and she didn't even show me my father. She didn't show me my family, the family of my father. And yet, even my mother eventually abandoned me and left me at my grandparents' place. So I had no family at all. That's why I always desired to have children, that I may have siblings also, that I may have a family.
Natuuka ne mbeera n'omwami wange nga bwe mubimanyi, balamu bababuuza atandise osesema naye nga nze sirina kye ndaba.
I stayed with my husband, and then the in-laws started asking, as they always do, that has the woman started vomiting? Has she showed any sign of pregnancy? But indeed there was nothing.
Butuufu nga ne nazaala wange ambuuza, mwana wange kiki, oli ku family naye nga sirina kye nkozesa.
Even my mother-in-law could ask me, my daughter, what's wrong? Are you on family planning? But indeed I wasn't on family planning, neither using anything.
Mwami wange yalina ssente.
My husband had money.
Nga ntambula mu malwaliro ag'enjawulo.
I would go to various hospitals.
Natuukako e Mengo.
I even went to Mengo Hospital.
Ne ŋŋendako e Rubaga.
I went to Rubaga Hospital.
Ne ŋŋendako e Bombo.
I went to Bombo Hospital.
Naye nga baŋŋamba.
But the doctors would tell me,
Nina ebizimba mu nabaana.
I have fibroids in my uterus.
N'enseke zaazibikira.
And my fallopian tubes were blocked.
Solution gye tulina gy'oli.
And they would tell me the solution they have for me
Kulongoosa.
was to operate me.
Naye nga baŋŋamba ate oluseke olulala.
But they were telling me that the other fallopian tube,
tulinganga nti ne bwe tunaakulongoosa si kyangu kyakufunirako omwana, olina kukozesa luseke lulala.
that it's not easy for the remaining fallopian tube to help you conceive, because the one they had to cut out is the one that helps women easily conceive.
Nasooka ne nfunako eddagala mu malwaliro.
I first got some medication from hospitals.
Bannaye mujjukire aga malwaliro ga bbeeyi.
Remember, those hospitals are very expensive.
Ssente nnyingi zaagenda.
We lost a lot of money.
Bwe twatuula wansi okola accountability ya ssente.
When we sat down to calculate all the money we had used,
kyamazima twaspendinga millions 9.
indeed we spent 9 millions looking for a child.
Mwami wange yali mukozi wa gavumenti.
My husband was a civil servant.
Nga ssente weeri.
He had enough money.
Nga ne we baŋŋamba genda gula lino mpaayo buwi.
Whichever hospital I would go and they prescribed me any medicine, I would just buy because the money was there.
Abooluganda byonna byagaana.
But brethren, all that failed to help me conceive.
Ne ntuuka ne mpanika.
I reached a time and gave up.
Ne ŋŋamba nkole ntya nze.
Then I wondered what I would do next.
Mwana abuze obufumbo mubimanyi nga tozaala.
You always know the situation when you fail to conceive and have children.
Emikwano gy'omwami wange gimugamba wagwa ku muyaaye.
The friends of my husband always told him that you landed on a fake girl.
Bwe nava ku university nagenda ebweru ku kye Saudi.
Immediately after my university, I went to work in Saudi Arabia.
Sente ze nafunayo nange zonna ne zigenderwa ng'omwo.
Even me, all the money that I had earned from Saudi Arabia was spent in hospitals looking for a child.
Kuba nasaba omusajja sente n'enkoowa ne mpulira nga binswaza ne ntandika nga okukozesa nga ku akawunti nzijayo bujja pressure nga njagala mwana.
Because I asked money from my husband to one extent of even getting tired, then I started withdrawing my money that I had worked for on the account. I started withdrawing it all in order to get a child.
Oluganda akawunti zaatuuka eyange nebeera nga tekyalina wadde n'ekikumi.
Brethren, time came and my account dried up without any single coin.
Ne ntuuka ne ŋŋamba mpanise.
And then I gave up.
Bwe mba naasigaza omwami, Mukama ajja sigaza nga wange. Mbutuufu nga mpanise mpulira biwedde eby'okukola.
Because I had totally lost all the hope, I didn't have any idea of what to do next. Then I said, if I happen to retain my husband, it will be by God's grace.
Waliwo omukyala gwe nasinkana.
There is a lady I met.
Mu butuufu nali nkaaba.
Indeed, I was crying.
Nga sente ndaba ziweddewo.
Because I had finished all the money.
Ate n'omusajja akaseera ako nga sente zaakagwawo omulimu gw'omwami wange nagwo ne guggwawo.
And immediately after finishing all my money, even my husband lost the job.
N'atandika okulaba nga ndi wa bisiraani.
Then he started taking me as a misfortuned woman.
naye abafumbo mubitegeera.
You who are married, you can understand the situation.
Nali ntudde mu kkubo nga ndi awo ndi mumaziga ngamba naye Mukama, what can I do? Nkole ntya nze omwana w'omunaku?
I was seated on the roadside crying, asking God what I could do, me a poor girl.
Ne nsinkana omukyala.
I met a lady.
Mukyala oyo asabira wano.
That lady prays from here.
Bamuyita Mama Mamiyo.
She's called Mama Mamio.
N'angamba owooluganda kiki?
She asked me what was going on.
Nga nkulaba buli kaseera oggwawo.
She told me, I see you losing weight every time.
Booluganda nze nali muwala munene.
Brethren, for me I was a very fat girl.
Naye nze nanga mpeddewo ninganga straw.
By then I had lost all the weight. I was very thin as a straw.
Nambuuza naye ng'olabikanga ajjamu embuto.
Then she asked me, but how come you look like someone who does abortions?
Kubeera nali na ebintu byanfumise nga mbulidinze nga nze nanninganga wa yero ndi awo.
Because by the time she met me, the evil spirits had pierced me in my private parts, and I had had a severe bleeding. So I had lost even the skin color. I was turning yellowish. I was looking so bad.
Kyava ngamba nsaba okkirize bye nkugamba.
She told me, I ask you to believe and accept what I'm telling you.
Owulira ng'embeera gy'olimu ogikooye.
Do you feel that you're tired of the situation you're in?
N'angamba towanika.
She told me, please don't give up.
Tewetta.
Don't kill yourself.
Jjangu kutwala ewali essanyu.
Come, I take you where there is joy.
N'angamba ku Sande olina obudde.
She asked me, do you have time on Sunday?
Ne mugamba sirina nze na byakola ntwala butwazi.
I told her, I don't even have what to do, just take me.
Kyava ngamba kale ŋŋenda kutwala ku kyaki ya nnabbi wange.
Then she told me, okay, I'll take you to the church of my prophet.
Nambuuza oyina ebyawongo.
She asked me whether I had the witchcraft.
Nga bwe mumanyi nti bw'obeera sitaakaku ng'onoonya omwana gye bagambye yonna gy'olaga.
Just as you know that when you're so desperate of
Abakuwa-
looking for a child, you can do whatever advice you're given.
Nafunako bano abakyala bagaba emmumbwa biki ebyo nali mbirina.
I had gotten those herbalists that give out clay and other herbs, so I
Right.
had all that witchcraft.
Byonna n'aŋŋamba jangu nabyo tolekaayo kantu na kamu.
She advised me to come with all that witchcraft without leaving any at home.
By then n'omwami wange nga naye yasazeewo okulokoka ebizibu alaba biyitiridde.
By then, even my husband had decided to get saved due to the too many mounting problems.
Bwetyo twajja wano mu kifo kino n'ebyo ebintu ne babyokya. Yesu yeebazibwe.
That is how we came here with all that witchcraft, and it was burnt.
Ne ndokoka.
Then I got saved.
Ne ndokokera ddala.
I really got saved.
Ne mmanya nti ne woŋŋamba wali nti waliwo omukyala agaba habo sigendayo.
And then I made a decision that even if you direct me to a herbalist, I cannot go to her.
Ne nywera.
I stayed firm.
Sajja wa Katonda n'ansabira n'ampa obunabbi nga we mbagambye.
So the man of God prayed for me and gave me prophecies, as I've told you.
Bwe nagenda okuva mu kifo kino.
By the time I left this place,
Mujjukire najja ebintu binfumita mu private parts.
remember I came here with piercing sensations in my private parts.
Nagenda okuwulira nga sikyalina kye nnina.
After prayer, there were no more.
Nagenda okuwulira nga nsobola okubendinga kuba zino enseke zaali zinnuma.
After prayer, I felt that I'm now able to bend, because before prayer, I had a lot of pain in my fallopian tubes.
Kyenva ngamba bannaayo ebintu nga bikolerawo.
Then I really wondered of how Jesus works instantly.
Abooluganda ne ntuula ne ŋŋamba ssente zonna ze nayonoona had I known this place before.
Then I sat down and said, with all the money that I spoiled, singa namanya kifo kino edda.
Yesu yeebazibwa abooluganda. Bwe baamala okunsabira nafiiringa eddembe.
After receiving prayer, I felt peace.
Amaziga gonna ge nalina mu mutima ne mpulira nga gagenze.
I felt I was free from all the tears I used to feel in my heart.
Ne ndaba nga nina kati abanjagala.
Then I felt loved.
Ne mmanya nti nina abantu abafaayo.
And then I knew that I also have people who take care of me.
Sajja wa Katonda n'aŋŋamba oyagala omwana nkiraba naye by 9th next year this year gye tulimu kuba yansabira last year 9th October.
Then the man of God declared to me and said, I see you want a child, but by 9th October 2023, because he prayed for me in 2022.
Ze najja ngamba waakiri nfuneyo akaana kamu.
Because I came desperate, saying, at least even if I get one child.
Naye yaŋŋamba ojja kufuna abaana.
But the man of God said, you'll have children.
Yesu yeebazibwe.
Praise Jesus.
Nakwata ekkubo ne nzirayo ewaka n'omwami wange.
So I went back home with my husband.
Jjukira n'omwami wange omulimo gwaggwawo, omusajja wa Katonda n'amugamba teeka empapula zo wali katuuti.
Remember, by the time we came here for prayer, even my husband had lost his job. Then the man of God advised him and instructed him to place his academic documents on the altar.
Waddayo ewaka.
When we went back home,
bannaye ebya Yesu tebirwa.
indeed the things of Jesus don't delay.
Yesu wa wano wa kisa.
The Jesus of this church is so merciful.
Ze gwe mulaba nali wayitawo wiiki emu.
Me whom you see, after prayer, only 1 week passed.
Nafunanga omuntu agenda okugenda emanju.
I started feeling some pain as someone who wants to go to the toilet.
Ngenda okuwulira nninga ayagala okukola susu.
Then I felt as if I want to urinate.
Kyenva ngamba omusulo nga mpulira bwe nnaatuukira mu tooyi gugenda kuba gumpiseemu ne ngamba kaŋŋende ku bucket.
Then I felt that by the time I reached the toilet, the urine would have come out already. Then I decided to go to the nearby bucket.
Abooluganda nakkakkana ku bbaafu nagisikayo na mbwangu nga mpulira omusulo gumpitamu.
I urinated very fast in the nearby basin.
Bannaye abooluganda nafuka ebbaafu nze gwe mulaba nga ndaba omusulo gujja tegukoma.
Brethren, I passed out a lot of urine, which was endless.
Ne ngamba yenze nenjagala ogustopinga nga ndaba tegukoma.
I wanted to stop it, but it could not stop.
Oneafuka omusulo nga gulimu engeriyo nga bw'onaakwata omo n'omukuba mu bbaafu bw'oti.
So all that urine came out with the foam on it as if there was soap.
Abooluganda omusulo nga mungi nga kyenkana gujjuza bbaafu.
The urine was too much, almost filling a basin.
Kyenva ngamba.
Then I said,
Nga ndiko omusulo.
as I have too much urine.
Kumbe Yesu wa wano yali ansumulula.
Not knowing Jesus was delivering me.
Abooluganda bye bino ebifaananyi ebiraga.
Brethren, these are the pictures showing
Engeri gye nafukamu.
the way how I urinated,
Omusulo engeri gye gwali omungi.
the way how that urine was too much.
Butuufu nange kwennyini nga gunneewuunyisa.
I was also surprised about it.
Kati we navaawo.
From there,
Mwami wange namunyumiza ekibaddewo n'aŋŋamba.
I told my husband what had happened. Then he told me,
Kimanyi ebyo omusajja bikola otandise okuwona.
my husband exclaimed and said, do you know that the prayers of that man, Prophet Elisha Mukulu, really work? Do you know that you're now receiving your healing?
Abooluganda Yesu yeebazibwe.
Praise Jesus, brethren.
Omwezi gwabadde gwa November last year.
Then it was in November last year, 2022.
Mujjukire yansabira 9th October.
Remember, he prayed for me on 9th October 2022.
Ngenda okuwulira mpulira nga ndi wanjawulo, emmere empunyidde bubi.
Then in November, I started feeling different. The food started smelling bad for me.
Engamba, kiki kino nina musujja?
I wondered and thought maybe I have fever.
Sirina ssente.
But I said I don't have money.
Ne nfukamira wansi.
I knelt down.
Banze nali mmanyi omusujja gwe guleetera omuntu vomitinga ebyo.
Because for me, I thought that it's only fever that makes someone feel the nausea.
Engamba, ninamu omutwalo gwange kansooke ngendeko wali mu clinic.
Then I said, I have my 10,000. Let me first go to the clinic.
Kyokka ng'ate ssente ezo nali nzisonda za bbaasa.
And yet I was soliciting that money to put in an envelope as an offering.
Ne ngamba nedda kansooke ndabe ekinnuma.
Then I said, let me first check and know what's suffering me.
Musawo kyenva munnyonnyola n'angamba naye katusooke tukebere olubuto.
I explained to the doctor, then he said, let's first check for the pregnancy.
Musawo yagenda okuŋŋamba n'angamba you're pregnant.
So the doctor tested me and I was pregnant.
engeri akakiriniki gye nali sikeesiga nnyo nagamba
I could not believe because I had no belief in that clinic.
edda kaŋŋendeko ewalala
I decided to go to another hospital.
enziruka ku Nihal
I went to another hospital.
ddwaliro ddene
It's a big hospital.
sawo ne mmugamba sooka onkebere
I told the doctor, first check me.
neewulira bwe nti
This is how I feel.
naŋŋamba
He told me,
oli lubuto
you're pregnant.
bannaye nafukamira
Brethren, I knelt down.
nakaaba amaziga
I shed tears.
sawo n'alowooza
And the doctor thought
oba ndufunye saagala
that maybe I got the pregnancy unwillingly.
ne mmugamba musawo
I told him, doctor,
luno olubuto lwa kyamagero
this is a miracle
maze
pregnancy.
emyaka nga nnoonya olubuto
I've spent years looking for a pregnancy.
olubuto nga lwabula
I had lost to conceive one.
abantu bampita muyaaye
And people were calling me a fake
omusajja
girl.
yagwa ku muyaaye w'omukazi
That the man landed on a fake girl.
bamulamu bagamba oyo muwala ali ku famire
When my in-laws are accusing me of doing family
neŋŋamba
planning,
yesu weebale
I really thanked Jesus.
yesu wa nabbi elisha weebale
I said, thank you, Jesus, of Prophet Elisha Mukulu.
nze ani afunye olubuto
Who am I to conceive?
nze ani kati agenda okubeera maama
Who am I to be a mother within the
nange
short time
nfunye
coming?
baganda bange
I've also gotten my brethren.
omwami wange kati naye agenda kuba nga taata
Now my husband will be a father.
bannaye n'addayo mu kkubo
Brethren, I went back home.
nze nanga nseka nzekka
When I'm laughing alone on the
nga
way,
nninga ng'omulalu
I was like a mad woman.
naye ng'abantu we bandaba
But when people would see me,
abaali bamanyi nga bagamba
those who knew me would say,
leero oba onaaleese sitayiro ki
which other style has she brought?
ba baali batera okunsanga ng'olumu nkaaba
Because sometimes they would find me crying.
kati bansanga nseka wempanika ku mikono
This time they met me laughing alone, raising up my hands on the way.
omusawo yaŋŋamba tobaako gw'okigamba
Because the doctor told me, don't tell anyone.
ne banneyiba tobanyumiza
Don't even tell the neighbors.
butuufu essanyu dzibu
You people, this joy is so
natuuka ŋŋamba neyiba
unfair. But the moment I reached, I told my neighbor,
bannaye ndi lubuto
but you people, I'm pregnant.
yesu wa nabbi elisha mumumanyi
I asked them, do you know that Jesus of Prophet Elisha?
oli omusajja abeera maganjo
The other man operates in Maganjo.
obutuufu okuva lwe yansabira
Since he prayed for me,
mundabe kati ndi lubuto
see me now, I'm pregnant.
olubuto lwali terulabika
The pregnancy could not be seen,
naye nga nze mbutuufu mbakakasa
but for me, I was already assuring them.
nayiba naŋŋamba kongs
Then the neighbor congratulated me.
time nentambuza naye nagenda okulaba nga byanjawulo
Then I continued moving on, but things were different.
nga nsesema
I would vomit.
neŋŋamba jjane nga si nyangu
And then I said, really, this journey is not easy.
birimu n'okusesema obutalya
There is even failure to eat, a lot of vomiting.
Christmas n'etuuka
When Christmas reached,
mumanyi Christmas omuntu aba afumba ebyenjawulo
you know that on Christmas people cook a variety of foods.
abantu bali eri basiika ndi eno ntaddeko masiki
People were really frying. For me, I was wearing a mask as I was cooking.
eŋŋamba katonda wange nina okulya nze sisobola kubeera na luno olubuto nga sirya
Then I said, I really have to eat. I can't have this pregnancy without eating.
nze katono bwe nnaagattako obutalya
Then I said, I'm already thin, so if I don't eat,
olwo nno abooluganda ntandise osiiwuuka
by then I had started looking pale.
omwami buli ssaawa ndaba baketi.
The husband would always see me on the bucket vomiting.
neŋŋamba nedda waliyo okusaba on first
Then I said, I know we have prayers on 1st January.
tugenda kumala okusaba ne nabbi elisha omwaka tuguyingira ffenna
Then I said, I have to enter the new year in prayers with Prophet Elisha Mukulu.
najja wano nga ndi mugamba mukama nze sisobola kubeera na lubuto luno nga gwe yalumpa nga sirya
I said to God, oh God, I cannot keep this pregnancy, yet it came from you when I don't even eat.
luno olubuto lwa kyamagero
This is a miraculous
bwe mba
pregnancy.
siridde
If I don't eat,
n'omwana wange aba talya
It means even my child does not
which
eat.
means tetuba na bulamu.
It means we are not healthy at all.
Najjali essaala gye nsaba.
That was the prayer I prayed.
Ne ngiteeka ku kipande.
I wrote my prayer on my placard.
Musajja wa Katonda essaawa zaatuuka n'atusabira.
Time came and the man of God prayed for us.
Luvannyuma ennyo kyava agamba ninawo amata.
Afterwards, he said, I have some milk for you.
Bw'oba tolya nnyama,
If you don't eat meat,
bw'oba obadde tonywa mata,
or you could not take milk,
nywa amata ogenda kutandika okulya ky'obadde tolya.
take this blessed milk. From this blessed milk, you'll be able to eat whatever you could not eat.
Ne ngamba, ai, banguye amata.
Then I asked for a cup of milk
Ndi wano
immediately
sirya.
because the problem was mine.
Bannaye nanywa ekikopo ne nkimalamu.
I took the whole cup of milk and
Ne
finished
ngamba,
it.
luli mbadde ngagula ne gadda. Kati
Yet
gano
be-
gagenze gabeddeyo.
Yet before prayer, I could buy that milk, drink it, but I would vomit it. By this time I drank the blessed milk from the man of God, I did not vomit it.
Abooluganda okusesema kwakoma awo.
Brethren, the vomiting stopped there.
Abooluganda gwe mulaba wano ndya buli kimu.
Brethren, as you see me here, I eat everything.
Mwana bange mulamu munda.
And my baby is very healthy in
Yali
my womb.
asiwuse nga sirya kati mundaba.
Me who was